Hello, and thank you for watching this ag forecast for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll check out the satellite picture here on Friday morning, and it should be a beautiful morning as the sun comes up across the Northeast. Lots of sunshine to be found. Clouds from Delta being blown all the way into parts of the Ohio River Valley already, though, as Delta encounters some northeasterly wind shear, and again, blowing some of that moisture off to the north and to the east. We're already seeing some of the rainfall making its way into Tennessee, even though the center of Delta is still well off across the Gulf Coast. We'll be making landfall in Louisiana later today into tonight. Here's a closer look at Delta, a Category 3 hurricane this morning. The latest forecast track and advisory from the National Hurricane Center has Delta as a Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour. Again, that is as of 4 a.m. this morning, Friday morning. Delta expected to weaken as it gets closer to the shore. It will again be encountering some of this wind shear, but then also some cooler waters near the coastline, so that'll help some weakening just before landfall. And then, of course, once Delta makes landfall, we'll see a rapid weakening overnight into tomorrow afternoon. Delta will continue to move off to the northeast, moving into the mid-south as we get into Sunday. We're going to start to see some of the rainfall moving into parts of the northeast as we get deeper into the end of the weekend and early next week, and then a storm system coming in Monday into Tuesday will help bring some additional moisture into the area. So a lot of the northeast with a chance to see at least a half an inch, if not 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall as we head through the next 7 days. Taking a closer look at some of the heavy rainfall impacts expected from Delta. And again, seeing 6 to 10 inches of rainfall across Louisiana into southern Arkansas and northern Mississippi, but seeing as much as 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain across southern and eastern portions of Pennsylvania into New Jersey and then on up the coastline as well. Now, temperatures as we head through the next 10 days, I've got the next 5 on the left and then the 5 days that follow that on the right. We're seeing a warmer pattern across the midsection of the country. Some of that warmth spreading into the eastern Corn Belt, western portions of the Northeast, especially as we head into the weekend. But we're going to see a pattern realignment as we head into the middle and later part of next week. And that's one that's going to be funneling a lot more cool air back into the Great Lakes, into the central U.S., and of course at times that will be making its way into the Northeast as well. So trending cooler next week. Before then, we've got a trough in the Gulf of Alaska, a trough over the North Atlantic, and in between that, we've got some ridging across the midsection of the country. As we head deeper into the weekend and early next week, we're going to see that trough across the Gulf of Alaska be brought ashore across the Pacific Northwest. It'll move across the northern plains and then set up here across the Great Lakes into northern Canada. We're going to see this trough establish itself as we head into the end of next week, into the middle of October, with systems riding up over the top of that ridge and then kind of pinwheeling around the base of this trough. So this is a pattern that looks to me like it will be quite cool in the middle of the country, and then across the Northeast we'll see at times shots of that cooler air, but this is more of a vulnerable position for us to get some of these rapidly intensifying storm systems kind of riding up the East Coast. So a potentially volatile pattern here across parts of the midsection of the U.S. into the Northeast. Could be potentially active with several storm systems making their way through. Now, as we look at the 500 millibar wind speeds, there's the first wave Monday into Sunday. Sunday into Monday, that's how those days go. And then this trough established itself right there, and then you just see these waves boom, 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 just rotating around the base of that trough. So what happens then, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the precipitation forecast. We'll watch first Delta making its way ashore here as we get into the overnight and tomorrow morning, beginning to transition more towards an open wave as we head into the back half of the weekend. The European model will take us deeper into early next week, and that's when we can see some of that moisture making its way into the Northeast. Northern portions of the Northeast, northern Maine, could see some showers today into tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a few strong storms tomorrow afternoon along the front across upstate New York into New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. Damaging wind gusts would be the primary threat with any strong storms in that area, but of course, some small hail possible as well. So Saturday afternoon and evening, be aware up in that area. Let me go ahead and jump back to the high-resolution NAM model because that'll actually show that. I didn't mean to go so quickly through this. Let me take you right to Saturday afternoon and evening, just ahead of that little frontal boundary right there. This is where we could see some gusty wind-producing storms from upstate New York into Maine during the last half of the day on Saturday. We'll jump back to the European model now and watch Delta make its way off to the north, becoming an open wave as we get to the back half of the weekend. Moisture from Delta lifts into Pennsylvania as we get into Sunday night and Monday morning, and then by the time we get to the evening hours on Monday, just about everyone's seeing some cloudiness and some rain falling from the sky, and that rain is going to linger all the way into Tuesday night as our storm system from the west starts to move in and merge with Delta. So rain tapers off during the last half of the day on Tuesday. We'll see high pressure move in on the backside that'll give us a couple days of drier weather before another storm system likely moves in, bringing showers and storms back to the region late Thursday into the day on Friday. Total rainfall between now and Wednesday, again, a lot of this from Delta and on the storm system on late Monday to Tuesday, bringing the chance for 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, heaviest off to the south where we get some additional moisture from Delta across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, into far southeastern New York, Long Island, the chance to pick up that 2 to 3 inches of rainfall as well. Elsewhere, looking at around 1 inch to 2 inches. Temperatures, again, warmer as we get the weekend started. We'll see a shot of cooler air coming in Saturday into Sunday. Warmer again to get next week started before we do transition to a pattern that I think is going to be sending shots of cold air into the Great Lakes, the Corn Belt, and at times into the Northeast. So a couple of warmer days here as we head through the weekend into early next week, but I think the pattern trends cooler as we get into the later part of next week. We see pretty good agreement with that, with their ensemble forecast starting to build a cooler area here, a cooler air mass across the Canadian Prairie into the Northern Plains. And then again, at times, this is what I think will be advected into the Great Lakes and the Northeast. So your high temperatures for the day today, a big disparity. 40s in Maine, mid-70s across western Pennsylvania. Everyone warmer than average as we head into the weekend. It'll be a bit cooler on Sunday. That's on the backside of that storm system, that little cold front that brings a chance for some strong storms to upstate New York through Maine on Saturday afternoon and evening. So here's your Sunday high temperatures. Monday, and then we transition into Tuesday, warming up again, high pressure in place. That'll keep us dry as we head through Tuesday, Wednesday, it'll be rainy on Tuesday. That keeps us dry Wednesday and Thursday, with that next chance of rain coming in late Thursday into the day on Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday morning.